Hello, everyone. Welcome to GNU according to CP, that is Government of National Unity, and it is Sunday today, and I am surfing the internet reading online newspapers. Hmm. Clearly, this guy did not hear us, eh? I don't think he will ever will hear us, but listen to this. This article is from IOL, right? Dated 13 hours ago. So the article says this is the headline: Joburg Mayor Dada Muraro says illegal buildings problem is complex. Hey, so if it's complex, it means that the votes that we've given you to give you authority to ensure that things like this are dealt with because you decided to take this position because guess what? You had a plan, you had a vision, and you knew how to clean the city of Johannesburg of the scum, the slime, the disgust, and illegals in our city. And now you're coming back and you're telling us things are complex? Now, anyways, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Let's read the article, what he means by that. The recently elected Joburg Mayor Dada Moraro has declared that the problems pertaining to the hijacking of inner city buildings were more complex than they first seemed. Okay, I almost said something. The Usindiso building, a Marshalltown property that had been illegally taken over, caught fire exactly a year ago, causing the deaths of 77 people who lived there. On Saturday, it was a year since the deadly fire. Since then, this has brought attention to the eviction of thousands of people from buildings in the Johannesburg CBD and their horrible living circumstances. After Marshalltown, many incidents, including Lillian Goy Street, formerly Bree Street, inner city gas explosion, have plagued the city to date. The challenges in the inner city are much bigger than we thought. We require as much partnership as possible, including provincial government. Then put the whole city under administration because clearly you think that the province has money. Put it under administration. Let the province take care of the city because you are a mayor and you're already defeated. Like literally, this guy's like, I am defeated. I am not fit to be your mayor. I have no plan. I have no goal. I have no vision. Just put it under the no partnership. Just the provincial, the Gauteng province must just put you under administration. That will solve the problem, I think. We have other ways of dealing with hijacked and bad buildings, of which a proper plan would be unveiled in the next week to deal with those that have court judgments, he said. He stressed that they could not enter hijacked buildings without court judgments giving them express permission, adding that we have about 9 judgments and we will be acting on those buildings. They are owned. Wait, let's correct that. They were hijacked. That is an act of crime. For you to go and get a judgment on an act of crime in a city you are the head of, that sounds okay. Okay, okay. Let's continue reading. It's absurd. That is what I want to say. It's absurd. There are also solutions in that we are going to do to house the homeless people, most of which or most of whom are illegal foreign nationals. No South African, if there are South Africans that are living in illegal buildings or hijacked buildings, they themselves are crooks. They are criminals. They are also the complacent of this evil act where owners of buildings have been either killed, if not killed, they were threatened. If they're not threatened, they fear for their lives because we know most of them are what? They are white people. Those are the owners of those buildings. And because they don't know what the capability of these people are, they just decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay in the shadows until the city of Johannesburg has decided to do something. And I suspect the reason why most of the owners of these hijacked buildings are not doing anything is because politicians are involved. Politicians with power are involved because I believe personally they do have shares. There's no way that as a politician in this country you do not know that this certain building and that certain building and that certain building is not hijacked. So you want to know who's in charge so that you can also take a kickback or half of the profits that the crook that hijacked that building actually earns. I mean, the former Holiday Inn, you know, that glass blue hotel, the one that I slept in probably 4 or 5 times while I was in high school because we'll go on trips for sports and stuff like that. Yeah, that one on Small Street. When you're going to Carlton Hotel as well, which I also slept in once upon a time, these two buildings, they used to be beautiful. They used to be the heart of Johannesburg. Today, they are abandoned. I remember the former Holiday Inn. I think it closed down in 1999, around 1999. My heart was so broken. And the Carlton Center, the Carlton Hotel, I think it closed a year before or 2 years before that because of the scourge of crime that was taking place down Johannesburg. Headquarters of big companies, they moved because Sandton was being built. Today, all those companies are in Sandton. That's where their headquarters are at currently. And the hijacking of buildings just continued. And guess who was doing all these hijacking? Yes, you guessed it, the green, white, and green. Because that's all that they do. They go to a country that is not of their own. They look around, and this is what they call business opportunity. Some of them, they decide this is a business opportunity. We're just going to hijack this building. All rent now are going to be directed to me. They're no longer going to go into this bank account. And the owner of the building will be waiting for rent, and there's no rent. They will even go as far as getting court orders. Court orders fall on deaf ears. You know why they fall on deaf ears? Again, I believe because there are politicians that are involved in this. It's not just the green, white, and green guys. They are in partnership with politicians in the city, whether in the city of Johannesburg or national politicians. Watch and see if they really are serious about investigating this. Watch and see who are the people that are going to be pulled out. I'm talking South Africans. And most of them, they are politicians. These construction mafia that we keep hearing about, tell me there are no politicians involved. Watch and see. Watch and see when these investigations reveal the people behind all of these things. The only thing that I would think that there are no politicians involved would be the extortionists. I don't know. Let's continue with the article seriously. There are also solutions in what we are going to do to house the homeless people. Yeah. Morale called on communities to take responsibility and ensure that as they look for housing opportunities, they look for them in the right place. Communities, you know, this is the best thing that the ANC always does. When they're inept, they throw it at the community. When the community is actually looking for leadership, you are responsible. No, vote for me. I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you, and then we do vote. And guess what? No, the responsibility is on you. Ah, but you can. What has happened here? That's how they play us. This is exactly how they play us. They have now allowed themselves to be exploited by criminal syndicates who are forcing them to pay when, in fact, the building is hijacked. So we are looking at innovation to resolve those some the matters, but give us some time and we will respond. Guys, listen, they're asking for time. You have all this power, but like a coward, you are asking the residents of South Africa, which the time that you're asking for, South Africans will be dropping like flies because when they pass going to work or coming back from work, they get mugged, stabbed, and killed. That's the time you're asking for. You are not enough with the graves that are filling up in Avalon, in Midrand, and everywhere else, simply because you are still planning. What about the old mayor that you guys took out? Didn't that mayor already had a plan that was going to be implemented? Now we have to wait for you to familiarize yourself with the problems of Johannesburg because you're only how many days in? 20, 15 days? And now how many months do you think it's going to take for the city, for the residents of the city of Johannesburg who have to wait until you implement your plan? How many months will that be? Morale vowed that they would fight the issue of illegal migration in the city. If you want to fight the issue of migration in the city of Johannesburg, you are right there with those hijacked buildings. The hijacked building, that is where they are harbored. Those are the owners of those hijacked buildings, owners inverted comma. Now, here is the thing. From what I understand, how these people collect rent, nobody pays rent via banks. Somebody comes either at the end of the month or sometime before the end of the month. Like today is the 1st of September. So somebody must have came yesterday. Everybody was ready with their money on hand and they gave this individual the money. How about doing some intelligence? You do some surveillance maybe for a month or two, and see who is this individual without fail comes around this time of the month and then walks out with a bag filled with something. How about that? How about we start with intelligence and then we get the head of the syndicate, or at least one of their minions, because I think there was the I don't know, usually because the head of these things, they're the one who want to see the money themselves counted like hard cold cash in their hands before they leave that building, going to the next and the next and the next and the next until they are done with all the buildings that they have hijacked and that the illegal foreigners live in, have paid their rent. How about that? How about you use your power as the mayor of Johannesburg and go to the South African Police Service and then write a letter to the province, and the province writes the same letter or pass the letter to the National Assembly, to the Speaker of Parliament, and then make a request that for X number of weeks or X number of months, can they please deploy some armies, the military? We won't mind that as people of South Africa. We don't like soldiers. We don't like seeing soldiers in our country. That is a PTSD for South Africans. The sight of armies. That is why we hardly ever see them on our streets. Is because we don't like seeing them. But for this purpose, we don't mind because we want to see our cities cleaned. They will go into these buildings. One, like I said in my earlier videos, fine comb the city, have buses ready downstairs, give everybody in the building exactly 12 hours to sort themselves out, take their things, and then go downstairs in the buses. And then, if there are South Africans that live in these illegal buildings, you should already have a shelter prepared for them. And then, when the next round of RDP houses that are going to be built, they'll be a priority or one of the priorities of people to gain or get those houses. In the meantime, everybody that is not a South African citizen, because in most cases they are not legally here, put them in those buses and then process them, and off they go to their homelands to go fix their homelands. How about that, Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor, I'm not a mayor, but I'm telling you, I would solve this problem in a matter of a week, at most 2 weeks. Why? Because I've got all these powers bestowed upon me by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Yes, there are going to be consultations. Me, I do, and then you can ask questions later. What remains is that fear would have been instilled in a lot of them. Some of them will voluntarily even leave the country themselves. But no, we want to leave. Oh, yeah, we are afraid of the Helen Suzman Foundation. Ooh, let's not forget about the Human Rights Commission, who never give a fuck about South Africans, by the way. Oh, we are afraid. Oh, afraid, afraid. Everything is complex, complex, oh, complex. Why are you a mayor? Why are you a mayor? Because you knew walking into this job what you were faced with. No, you need to step down, sir. Step down. You're useless. Wait for some time. Wait for some time. Do you know how many bodies of South Africans would have piled up during the time you're asking us to wait? Uh-uh. Sorry. We've given you too much time. 30 years to be precise. So no, no thank you. No more time. Get to work. Everybody get to work. Remove these people. They are dangerous to our society, to the South Africans. I don't know, man. Mm-mm. I don't know any South African that it has time. Every time you wake up in the morning, you literally pray, can I get to work in one piece? And then when you leave work, can I please get home in one piece? And when you get home, can we please be safe on our beds during the course of the night? Aye, when are we going to get a break? I know. We need to breathe. Anyways, guys, before I get all worked up, let me end the video right here. Our mayor said, well, I'm inept. I need time. And yet he's got power. He has power. The same constitution that he wants to follow gave him power. Anyways, guys, do not leave this video without commenting, liking, and sharing. And when you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for listening. See you next time with a new video. Goodbye.